Lucifer's the only figure that enough people hate that you can walk in there and try and compassionate Lucifer and carve for yourself a new seed that has never been born in your epigenetic history before. You are directly causing something to grow in the palm of your hands while you sleep that the rest of the world says is evil. And this is the most practiced, highest form of hierophantery, let's call that a word, of hierophantery that you could practice. Can you make a seed grow in direct opposition of every evil eye that's ever been born? You know what's fascinating is Axolotl, this famous dog god. We have a creature called the Axolotl. It's a salamander. It has the ability to regenerate more than any other creature. So the Mesoamericans picked the one creature that they knew had a stronger ability to regenerate than anything else, and they used it for the symbol of the eye itself, which is the spiral and the raising up of consciousness. They knew that long before you and I could even start guessing that, hey, maybe there's something to that. We're still guessing. We are still so far away from this. And I want you to stop trying to defend Lucifer in public. I want you to double down and go, yeah, Lucifer's evil as fuck. Evil as fucking fuck, man. Because you need this. You're going to need this persecution because it's the only place you're going to find the stillness, the silence, the darkness to find yourself. That's why they call it false light. That's why they imply that there's such a thing as false light. That there's some kind of light that shines on things but somehow is false. And that darkness is better. Those are the fucks that are telling you that. The ones that are persecuting Lucifer. They're literally telling you, yeah, darkness is really the only light. Because anyone who tries to create their own light is clearly the enemy. And we need to fucking snuff that shit out. Which is why I tell you, I don't think there's any way out of this except for through Hermeticism. And that means hermit. That means hermit. Hermitage. Hermitigionso. You know what I'm saying? I would say you know what I'm saying, but no. Because unless you've been there yourself, I'm not going to know how your hermit life went. I'm not going to know what a suffering it was. I'm not going to know that. You're not going to know me. You're not going to know what I went through when I was in my dark night of the soul. Some of you have had more than one. You got your stars too. I see you. I see you. I wouldn't want to be you, but I see you. You know, last week, 2 weeks ago, I did a stream and I discussed the idea that the hermaphrodite is the reason why a lot of our global leaders have or what we call global leaders have transsexual partners. And I've been describing to you that I would think that if there was a true hermaphrodite out there, this person would biologically, genetically be seen superior, especially if they could self themselves, if they could literally fertilize themselves. And I explained to you the science of hermaphroditism and the fact the body can have 8 glands instead of 7. And because I'm doing this, because I'm a truther just telling you how the body works, 2 weeks ago, someone was just like, why are you so satanic and into butt stuff? And it's just like, this is what I mean by Lucifer. You need this. Here's a person that's insisting they are the bringer of truth. That there's such a bringer of truth that they cannot listen to any stories about the patriarchy, about just science itself, about the X and Y chromosome, about the fact that we're watching two sides have an argument over how many genders there are, and literally neither one of them's right. One saying that there's as many genders as there actually sexes, I should say, because I do see a difference here, but that ultimately the science is that no, there literally are 3 genders. There literally is that way. We've seen bodies, we have anatomy to prove it. We have videos, we have cadavers that show this. It's more than true. But I can't tell you that because the truth is going to insist that this somehow. And I'll tell you something. As many times as I haven't said his name in a while, but as many times as Owen brought up butt sex, it really does show you where the truthers are at, because they are in that phase where they think about butt sex all the time. They think about someone controlling them. They call it Freemasons. And that the people who control them love to torture them. and love to have butt sex because they cannot get laid, and that they have to hire a secret dude with a venereal disease and use his sloppy second girls to get off on the day. That this is the fantasies we've told. And I'm telling you, these are the people that are still following the evil eye. They have no fucking idea that there's another side of that. That on the other side of the line, this idea that God is watching you is waiting for you. It's waiting for you, and it's not a punishment. And we can't even fathom how that's not a punishment. Like we can't even picture how something like that would be anything but a punishment. And this is where we are now, guys. And it's okay, because I think we're making great progress. In the next generation, whoever it is that has enough clout that they can just tell you things is going to tell you about patricide and matricide, and how every single culture from Mesoamerica to all of theism itself has this concept of Kronos dismembered his father and Quetzalcoatl dismembered his mother. And the dismemberment of these things is the leaving of hermaphroditism into the realm of fertility, and that all the shame associated with that would make sense. That all the shame we have around sex culture is literally just telling you where we've been, where we're going, what's next. And it terrifies the people that lack the pranic calories to absorb witness. They can't fathom being judged because of the way they are judging from their two towers.